Hey guys, so it's time here to do a quick little comparison with the Galaxy S5 versus the iPhone 5S. And now, still see a size difference here. Both have like fingerprint readers or sensors, and you just got the Galaxy S5 a few days ago. And of course, I've made a ton of videos on the iPhone 5S, which is sharing a lot of similarities to the iPhone 5, both in the UI and almost like everything else. The new thing was mostly internal things, a little bit better camera, but I didn't really see a big update there. But the fingerprint sensor, of course, was the big one, and the colors. But then again, if you look at the Galaxy S4 to the Galaxy S5, it has a brand new UI look. It's just a lot of software updates that's very interesting. But just in this video, quickly want to go over some of the things that, of course, I probably will do many videos with these devices, checking out specific things. But if you take a look at the home screens over here, still have the kind of like same setup here on the S5 as on almost every single Android device. You have your apps, you have some widgets, some updated widgets here, like the new S Health, where you can see how long you have been running. You have this heart rate, which is pretty interesting. They have like a heart rate sensor down here, so you can measure your heart rate, which is pretty random actually, but could probably be good for old people, I guess, or I don't know. Just people with a bad heart, perhaps. And sometimes takes a long time because I suck at that. But you can see here how you can go. And this is something. I think the S Health app is very cool overall. It's just a nice little app. With the pedometer, the exercise, heart rate, food, and all that. And we've heard that Apple probably will be trying to do something similar to that with iOS 8 that we could see already in the beginning of was it in June or July? I don't remember, but I think it was in June when Apple's gonna hold their WWDC event and probably release iOS 8 beta. So let's continue on here. We have a 4-inch screen here, of course. The Galaxy S5 is featuring a 5.1-inch display, a little bit bigger than the last year's Galaxy S4, which was 5-inch. For me personally, it's a big thing. I want to have with iPhones, I definitely want to have a bigger experience. And if Apple release a bigger iPhone, then that might be my main phone in the future, because for me personally, the display is very important. This is how it looks when you go down from the top on both these two devices. You can see here, this is something else I like with Android, that you have a lot of quick widgets, a lot of things that you can quickly tweak and turn off and on. Just look at this area here, how many things you can quickly tweak and turn on and off. Yes, on the iPhone you do have them over here, but there are only 4 of them, or no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you have 9 over here. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 different things that you also can customize which one you want. And it's just at least twice the amount there of things you can tweak pretty quick without having to go into the settings area on any of these two devices. Of course, we have normal apps page here, which is a little bit more cleaned up. If you just want to see all the apps, no widgets on the Android smartphone here, we don't have any widgets here no longer. This widgets page, probably because a lot of people probably don't use that. Also, if we take a look at the design here, we on the iPhone we just get one button, pretty basic and straightforward. On this one we do have a back key, and then we have a multitasking button here. So they remove the Before it's always been a menu button, so you'd be able to get menu settings on older Galaxies. But now you're going to use that probably in the app. You have probably in apps now, when you use them, you have to tap probably up here at the top. So it might not be something a favorite for everyone. And also I think it looks a little bit ugly on apps that you are this multitasking page. So you can see, I mean, I like to see a thumbnail, but I don't like this little bluish thing here with the small logo and the text there. It looks a little bit random. But you can close down all the apps at the same time. That's something that I do enjoy. Of course, on the iPhone here, I have to double tap the home button. And sometimes when I scroll here, I kind of get stuck. And I hate, sometimes I want to remove something and it's like slow. I don't have a button to quickly close everything down, which kind of sucks actually. Sometimes you just want to close all of the apps that is running. If you take a look at some other interesting specs differences here on these two devices, let's see here, if you want to search here, of course you can just go like that. That's pretty nice actually. You of course have Google Now here, so if you would hold in the home button here, what you basically get here is a quick access to Google, and you can start to use Google Now and stuff like that. Of course, this one also has an improved version of S-Voice, which is way better than the previous version, and I'm probably going to make a video comparing that to Siri in another video, so that can definitely be very, very nice. If you take a look at some like the build quality here, of course, this one is dust and water resistant, so it will basically be able to handle that pretty well. You can see you have a closing now here down at the bottom here, which feels very, very robust actually. And it goes in very, very nice. I don't like the speaker that's at the bottom back here, and it looks like a very weak speaker. On the iPhone, of course, you have a pretty clever place over here. Only one of these has sound though, which kind of sucks. It doesn't have like stereo speakers or something like the HTC One M8. 60 megapixel camera here, which is pretty insane and pretty awesome actually. And I'm going to take a look at that more in the future. But really, really high resolution. A lot of pixels, and just a redesign of all of the apps, like the camera, the internet browser, and cool things like that I will compare. On the iPhone here, we do get this this like 8 megapixel shooter, which kind of sucks this year, but we're gonna get new iPhones this year, and hopefully they can improve the screen size. I like here the app more. It's like easier to go in the settings, a little bit more convenient, I think. So that could definitely be very, very nice. And take a look at some other interesting specs here. I can see that we have a still 1080p display here, Super AMOLED, and it should be one of the better versions. The iPhone, of course, resolution 640 x 1136, LED backlit IPS LCD display, which is still pretty amazing display. You get 1 GB of extra RAM here on this device. The Samsung device, the iPhone only has 1 GB, but then again, usually Android takes a little bit more there. 1.81 GB to be exact. But yeah, I mean, the camera is going to be a big thing, like 16 versus 8 megapixel. I mean, it's a big deal. Of course, you have an improved version here of Snapdragon 801 chipset, quad-core 2.5 GHz instead of 2.3 GHz as in previous, or in like the phones like the Galaxy Note 3. The iPhone has, of course, the Apple A7 chipset, which are optimizing really, really well. I mean, everyone knows that iPhones runs pretty awesome, but still in the dual core 1.3 GHz would be nice with a little bit higher there, quad core. They both have pretty good GPUs. I mean, we have the Adreno 330 in the S5 versus the PowerVR G6430 quad-core graphics on the iPhone. And if you just want to have amazing game experience on all games, you just pick up the iPhone immediately, because some games on the S5 just doesn't run well, like real racing, and some old GTA games just runs pretty bad and pretty poor. And it kind of sucks when you buy a expensive smartphone. You don't want that stuff. You don't want a slow phone. It's just like awkward and weird. If we move on here, we can also see some interesting stuff here. Like in the battery, you get 1500 milliamps only in the iPhone 5s versus 2800 milliamps, so almost double the battery power. But then again, I think overall you're gonna get a better battery life on the S5. Just because, I mean, it's twice the battery, and even though it's quad core and stuff, like twice the battery, that's probably gonna get you pretty far. And the operating system is pretty smooth and all. I haven't really noticed up any glitches, and it's just a lot of cool, interesting things that I probably will be comparing in future videos. These two devices, if you want to see like a heads-up like gaming comparison in a specific game or a specific benchmark look, then I can definitely probably pull out some videos of that, because that could definitely be some fun things. Let's just see here if I can pop up the little web browser here pretty quick. You can see, like, just look at an example here, how the web browser here has been improved on the S5. And I mean, this is the thing here when it could be nice with a big display. I mean, you can kind of see that they kind of like adopted like a Chrome beta view here of the browser, but when you're inside of a browser, you want to have a lot of space, and then it's pretty nice here with the 5.1-inch display compared to the iPhones. A little smaller display here, midget display. Kind of feels like 2 years behind in display resolution. It kind of sucks. Yeah, but the iPhone, of course, has some pretty interesting features. Like if you want to go back a page here in the internet browser, you can just swipe, and then you're back. Here you have to tap on the back key, and it's just like slow, you know, compared to like cached all of the pages and stuff that it's already available. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do some more videos, checking out random interesting things here. Of course, that could be some fun things, especially the things that people are mostly interested in. We can still see here, for fun, how the dialer looks. You can kind of see that probably that Samsung probably got inspired by Apple with iOS 7 with the more rounded off design. This was a rounded off design. I think we saw more in iOS 7.1. And Samsung has adopted that, it feels like, in their menus and everything, because if you look at the settings page here, let's see, where is it? Where is the settings? I mean, look at the settings, like rounded off design. They probably got inspired by their own operating system like Migo or something. It looks very nice with the rounded off settings and all those things. I really am a big fan of that. But if you want to have a view like this, you can kind of see it. Probably Samsung got a little bit inspired there, but also by Apple. If you look at this list view, you can see how colorful icons is Apple, and it kind of feels like they got a little bit inspired there to do something that is a little bit similar to what Apple is doing with their iPhones and such. So yeah, I definitely will do more videos on specific things that you guys want to see. But yeah, for me personally, my favorite phone here definitely will be the Galaxy S5. One of the key things is because, I mean, software updates, software changes, it's not really that fun in the new iPhone. I mean, going from an iPhone 5 to 5S is really like boring. But I mean, if you look at the software updates, I'm not sure if the S4 and the Note 3 is going to get the software update that the S5 has, but I don't think that they will. But I think it's cool to get cool, amazing new software updates. So this definitely is my phone here that I would pick. But I will definitely do more videos. Love these both phones, and hopefully Apple can pull off some pretty, I want to see them do some insane stuff with their software. I'm still not that impressed. Just surprised, they need to surprise more, I think, and I can't wait to see a bigger iPhone coming out this year. So yeah, stay tuned. Peace out, or hopefully it will. Have a good day.